These guys shot lionfish today. I'm gonna clean them. Now these guys are invasive and they're also venomous. They're not poisonous. The difference between venomous and poisonous is poisonous, if you eat it, you're poisoned. Venomous means that they have venom in all of these spikes here. So if that touches you, which has happened to me, that will actually be a really bad time. So one of the things about these guys, they don't have any predators here. There's nothing that hunts them, so they just breed and multiply, and they end up eating the food source of our other reef fish. So they're really, really, really bad for the reef. So even if you don't plan on eating them, you should shoot them and get them off the reef. It's the one time I can condone killing without consuming. And this is the one time that I will wear a glove while filleting, because I do not want to slip and end up with one of those spines in my hand. Like I said, I had it happen once and it felt like someone injected boiling water and my arm was expanding. It was terrible. All my joints hurt for days. But the other thing about these guys is that they make incredible sushi, incredible ceviche. I mean, look at that. Beautiful, perfect white meat. So now we do the other side. Same thing. Come up along the back. And you just feel your knife glide across all those rib bones. The second fillet is always harder than the first because it bows. You just get a hold of the skin, give it a wiggle. There we go, 2 beautiful fillets for ceviche, or we might do sashimi, but one thing, we're gonna get rid of this. All right, so what we're gonna do with the lionfish that we cleaned the other day, that Steph shot, I'm gonna do a really, really simple sashimi. No soy sauce, no wasabi, none of that stuff. We're just gonna put a couple of little things on top to add a little bit of flavor, but for the most part, we're gonna keep it raw. And the reason why is because today, these guys shot a hogfish. And I cut off a piece of the hogfish, and we're gonna go side by side with the lionfish. So, this is our lionfish, our smaller fillet. And you wanna cut with the grain there, and I'll show you in a second. So by cutting it this way against the grain, you end up with all these little pieces here, and that's gonna melt in your mouth. So we're gonna do the same thing with our chunk of hogfish here. And the reason why I'm doing these side by side is because everyone goes so crazy for hogfish, and I wanna show you that lionfish is just as good, if not, dare I say it, better. And if you look at the two there, they really almost look identical. They're eating the same stuff. They're in the same habitat. They're on the same reefs. It is very, very similar taste-wise, look-wise, feel, and everything else. So like I said, we're not gonna go crazy. Now this is just a little bit of a white grape, and that's gonna add our tartness. I gotta cut this thin so that I got a slice on every piece. Now we're gonna do very, very thin slices of lemon. And that is right, peel, pith, and all. But if you do it very, very thin, you don't get the bitterness from the pith. You just get this little burst of lemon that is really, really nice. And then what I have here is just scallion that I slice super, super thin and put in ice water to hold. Now because these are delicate fish, that's why I'm going so small on all of this, because I don't want anything to overpower it. I still want you to be able to taste the fish, but these will really accompany it nicely, but won't overpower it, so that we can do our Pepsi challenge, our side-by-side. And last but not least, you could use sea salt. I actually have something kind of cool here, which is Merlot salt. And you could use thick kosher salt or coarse sea salt. Alright, that's all we're doing to these. So now I need my taste testers. Alright, so I was gonna use Janko, who's behind the camera, to taste them because he shot the hogfish, but he saw which one is which. So I have Steph here.
And Zeke.
And Zeke. Who is a fish connoisseur, actually. He has a very refined palate. But, alright. So these four are the same, these four are the same.
Okay.
We're doing no soy sauce or anything.
Okay.
Just roll it up, all one bite.
Okay.
And then you tell me differences or...
Okay.
Alright.
Is this a competition? Like, which one's gonna win?
Not that, just out of, even if they both taste the same, that's okay to say too.
Okay. Alright. Number one, cheers.
Pretty good.
It's really yummy. It's not fishy at all. It's not chewy at all. I would eat a whole plate of sushi made of that. Whatever that is.
Alright, going for number two.
That one's slightly chewier. You can have some in a minute. Still really good and still not fishy at all. If I was going to choose which one I like better, it'd be the first one.
Why?
Because of the texture, mainly.
So texture, in all fairness, I did grab apart. So first one was lionfish.
Ah.
Second one was hogfish.
Ah.
I grabbed a part with a little more sinew in it.
Okay.
That I didn't give it a fair shot, but we're going on taste.
Yeah.
So honestly, you could cut a piece of the hogfish that would be exactly the same texture as that. So here we have a fish that everyone goes out to try to capture. It's the sought after fish, and then you have these invasive fish that taste just as good, if not better, that you're doing a good deed by killing and eating them. So target the lionfish.
And in all fairness, they're both really, really yummy.
Yeah.
And we'll have both tonight.
Thanks for watching, guys. And again, just do your part to be a sustainable fisherman or a sustainable consumer. Do your research. We're gonna make an entire sushi platter out of both of these fish tonight. If you like this episode, hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, Zeke.